Hi guys, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. We actually beat Kupka last time, and my goodness, that editing session took so long. I had to cut out the final fight, not because I needed to, only because I really found it completely unnecessary. As I stated, it completely killed the whole fighting a massive giant, then you fighting Titan again. For me, it was a completely disjointed event, and as I said, it completely killed the mood of having an epic, gigantic fight. And then it's just like, yeah, do one more fight for us. Alright. Okay. If they wanted, because I feel like I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to, I'll get to the game in a minute. Let me rant. If they wanted to do the 3 fights, because that's what I feel like that they were trying to do, you got to do your 3 parts. They could have had us fight Kupka again in his semi-prime, then in his prime, and then in his wild, lost, in his lost form, whatever it was. They could have done that and given us the 3 fights, but no.
Clive, you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's Fang had fallen.
Drake's Fang,
I
okay.
That was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away? Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Miss Ninetails, speak to me. I also need to change Clive's costume. It's just because I want to.
Conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I mean,
I may have picked up 1 or 2.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting
a
our
fall from the
resident
heavens,
visitor
not a scratch, sure.
suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave, as did his men, slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men
I have
and
knots
the
in my beard.
Adamantus?
I need to
One
get
can
it
often be
trimmed.
led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map?
Somebody else's map, maybe? You said storm, which indicates this is literally just a continent. Maybe.
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin.
Oh,
The Canvarian War of Independence.
Odin.
in
What kind of powers will we
849.
get from Odin?
The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest.
Oh. So these are the hardest hitters in the game.
The warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dalmekian allies.
There's a hole in the
Meanwhile,
water.
the blight ravages great swathes of Ash.
Wow.
Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed. It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot?
I believe there's 3 more icons. Shiva, Bahamut, and Odin, right?
In summary, I know not to what end the royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow
King
in
Douche,
confusion.
King Flower Douche.
If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's
Yeah,
instruction.
how's Tiny gonna take
I've never known you
this?
to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right.
Wait,
I should.
did we make a grave for
And I
Sid?
will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. But I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Hold up. Oh shit! Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Well then. You know what? That explains a lot. The charisma, the damn freaking... Alright.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Wait.
Only the fastest, finest
okay.
ship the world has ever seen.
Thought she was making an airship.
The Enterprise.
Someone likes...
Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines.
What the
And those
fuck?
things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first.
Dangle the
I need some
freaking
parts
carrot in
making.
front of me.
The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the
My
plating,
ankle.
here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air.
A cooler.
And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
That's why she's the engineer. We have a sword. That's it. That's how that life works out. But it works perfectly. Blackthorn!
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
There's a gnat on my monitor.
Krieger's teats.
What?
Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll
Wouldn't
need
expect it to.
help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about.
Tungsten?
Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it.
Gee,
As for the
wow.
rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock.
Stardust.
It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an handcoat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
Am I choosing? Gav. Of course.
Gav, you're with me.
I don't know anything about
All right,
Otto's
then.
battle prowess, but I've already fought next
So,
to Gav,
Where
so...
do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
Also, there's still a lot of map to explore here in Dalmekia. Because I did a little bit of exploring over here, and there's still quite a bit that has been undiscovered. So, whenever that happens, that will happen.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about. and I
just
reckon
left. What do
round
you mean
here's our
late?
Best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
A few moments later.
Gav! Oh, wow.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough.
42.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
No.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me.
What are we doing?
After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Blackthorn. Got everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this
Oh,
thermal
because he's a
plating together
recon,
then.
basically.
It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway. You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need.
So you
What's
just
the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
plop it on to whatever we need?
What's her name? Right.
Helena.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then.
What do I need to bonk?
Or rainwater
That's all I need to
was.
know.
Enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand.
Oh, you're here.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course.
Not only would I not mind,
back.
I'll do so with some style. Maybe. I don't know. Been since this morning since I played. Thought we'd be here for bigger pieces.
Anybody home?
The hell? Hey, there's a chest there. Oh, a gazer.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
I know what you're capable of. Oh, please, you are not worth... Oh, right off the bat with Doom, eh? Can't see Jack. Ow! Ow! Mother...
Fine hound.
Ow! What the... Okay. Fuck you. Oh. Mother... God damn! Ah, keep on fucking it up.
Nice try.
Ow! Mother of God! Okay, it's not hard to hurt you. It's just hard to hit you. Come here. God damn it, you're annoying. I also upgraded this. Don't release R2, otherwise he'll fire off a charge attack.
Well done, Togo.
Look at that. One hit, one break of the stagger, and he's already that low. Ow. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by it. Okay, that goes right through. Screw it. Screw you! I just stopped being cautious and just started laying into him.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way. Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. The shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. Plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've wrapped my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Too bad tungsten doesn't exist in this world. No, wait, tungsten's heavy as shit.
Obscure knowledge. I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away. Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
Alright, yo, cute.
Always.
Give me your wisdom.
Well, actually, it's for
Your
Mid
wise
this time.
wisdom.
Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
Dragon skin? I don't know.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Yeah, like dragon scales? Wouldn't that fall underneath that?
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obolus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames.
Okay.
Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, Perhaps Bardolph and Obolus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
Afternoon, ladies.
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
I choose who comes with me this time.
Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
What is with this? Like, wouldn't the developers know just who I'm gonna choose to venture with me?
So, Clive, who will accompany...
We've literally spec with Tarja once throughout the game. Why would that even be an option? Not saying she's a bad person or probably not entertaining,
what
but
do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list.
Of course I'm choosing Jill.
Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized.
Like pine
So
tar.
much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
Are those Pepio nuts? You can never tell.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
Sweetheart, we're out
I've only
shopping.
just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll
Garlic?
find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
A few minutes later.
Now, all that remains is for Hippocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
Are we gonna have a talk?
But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Yeah, they haven't really. Because even Gav said, like, ever since you picked up the name that you've been working nonstop, I doubt that they've ever had any time to just enjoy themselves.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself or
Maybe not you. I got
There
ignition
was, yes.
shift.
Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would.
Aww.
Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
Torgal, just look at that.
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... Oh,
You all right?
sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you.
This is so sweet, man.
Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, hell no. Their lives have been hammered with trials and tribulations.
It's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Wait, who's watching Torgal? Yeah, man, like, I was over here thinking, like, this is a pretty mundane episode. This is the least violent episode thus far. Yeah, I had to fight a gazer, but, like...
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Tarja. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I mean, you work with medicine, of course.
What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Is Joe gonna become a healer? Not in the Final Fantasy sense, but in a healer as in a medicine person.
Oh, and Clive.
A doctor.
Thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Harpocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Ugh.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
No, didgeridoo-dahs are
Same
the other
difference.
thing. Same difference.
Whatever
Potato,
you call
potato.
it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is going to require some precision walloping.
What was that? What was that adorable little laugh? A little squeak to that. Just busts out Reinhardt's hammer. Just attach the engines to this sumbitch. We fly in the air. Oh boy.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
I mean, you still gotta test it, right?
Fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
I thought it was 2.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
My man needs a drink. I bet that some bitch gonna be loud.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
That's why we're doing what we're doing.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
We're to be pirates.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Little project, yes.
There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Why is everything itchy right now?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
I mean, I doubt it, man. The child's a hurricane. Day one, Jesus, she was...
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers.
Damn it.
Got some life in her, ain't she?
Yeah?
But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while
A
we're
little
gone?
cocky there, aren't you?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
It's a full-blown cutscene.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead.
Okay, so that completely blows my theory out of the water.
And an end.
That Phoenix down might save someone.
So we must live while we have the chance.
The Phoenix down that Clive has. I thought I could possibly like, oh, use this in a moment of
Not as
respite.
slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
Odin's gonna really fight for that dang crystal, or is it Bahamut? Who does the crystal belong to? I know it belongs to Barnabas,
Lady
and
Karen.
they have Bahamut.
That's a surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies.
All from different places, safe with Sid. Wow, they're already dying because the what's it called?
Wasn't the most
blight.
scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
The blight killed those flowers that weren't even attached to the land.
The blight marches on.
That's fucked.
And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these.
You'd think that it'd slow down.
Changed. We cannot stop until every mother crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets.
Good,
It's
shut up!
managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goot.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
I don't like that.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
I don't like that they gave us a back shot of Gav in something. If I were to write off a character, that's how I'd probably do it. Is in a scenic shot, I wouldn't give a close up pan to a face shot. I would do it as such. What they just did there, they gave us a full view of his back. That I don't know, because I don't know what to expect in this game, because it really is throwing. I didn't expect Sid to die, and as we've seen, people are dying in this game. It's rated M, and it's a drama. And Final Fantasy has a tendency of not really pulling its punches when it comes to killing off a character. So I'm a little scared. Don't kill off Gav, man. Oh my god. It's a new location. But what? Oh, it was only a momentary thing. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the hideaway, because I am going to leave that for next episode. Also, and I'm pretty sure going back will allow me to go other places, right? No. Oh no. Is this like the end game thing? Because I got other things I gotta do. So if you guys enjoy this episode, I actually enjoyed this. This is a lot calmer, and it really let us see the characters and like how they normally go about their day, or just Mid. Man, I had no bloody idea that Mid, and there it is. All right. I had no idea that Mid. If I were to constantly be checking the freaking what's it called? The time lore. Like a freaking what is it? The little info thing in Metal Gear. In every Metal Gear game, it was like it tells you about like what's going on in the game. If I were to be checking out the time lore, I would have found out earlier. Hell, if they had not mentioned like she needs to go see her pops, I would not have thrown up or like pulled out the time lore, and I would not have seen that they were that was Sid's daughter. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. Be sure to leave a like, be sure to leave a comment, be sure to subscribe for more we have in the future. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the bell for notifications. That will stay up to date for whatever we have in the future, events or whatnot. Anyways, guys, mine is with us, Fenrir. Stay strong, tomorrow's the day.